Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome to the Steel Factory Podcast. I believe this is episode 424. I'm joined with my co-host Junior today. My name is Rion.
What's up? What's up?
And we have interesting episode. Kind of got caught up in the whole Thursday night business. So we went to record this yesterday, didn't get the chance to. So now it's coming up on Tuesday. So we're merging this into a recap preview. It's Bengals week. And we're going to talk about the Browns game and kind of what that means for the Steelers at this point in the season because what a kick to the balls that was, right?
Yeah, that was a rough loss. I think we all kind of collectively felt it happening. Monday through Wednesday, everyone knew man, like we're probably gonna lose this game. It's just everything pointed to us having some cold water. And actually it was not cold water, it was snow.
I know. What a
Thrown onto
beautiful
us.
game. What a beautiful game that was visually. I mean, that
One of
sucked
the
for
most
us.
aesthetic games of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they even said it too. Like, this was the first game of the season where we had a sub 40 kickoff, which was crazy to see. Um, but at the same time, too, I mean, going back on thinking that would everyone knew this was kind of a blow up game for us or whatever the fuck. Um, I mean, the records came out. We haven't won a divisional game on the road on a Thursday ever, pretty much. I'm pretty sure Thursday night started during the Mike Tomlin era. Um,
Yeah, Tomlin is I think he's like 0-7 or 0-8
dude, no, but
divisional Thursday night.
generally, I don't know the statistic, but I know, dude, like the road team struggles on Thursday night games. I mean, we'll get into this later too, but like, dude, just Thursday nights are rough. I mean, we look back last year, we lost that Patriots one after getting dicked by the Cardinals, which I'm praying this isn't the slide that part that what happened last year. This can't happen again. This slide, if we fucking, we'll talk about it when we get into the Bengals, we got to bounce back, and basically that's what we got to take away from this game. I mean, um, this is a game we should have won, but everyone just started saying trap game, trap game, trap game. Everyone I talked to, man, I'm feeling nervous for this one. I'm feeling like this is a trap game. I know we recorded this podcast. We tried to keep it as business as usual, right? I didn't want to put that bad juju out there and say this was a trap game on the air. But I mean, we both kind of knew. We wanted to just kind of take this like, this is a game that a true contender should win, and that's not what happened, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think we just came off of the Chiefs having a really close game against the Panthers, and they won, right? The Chiefs probably, like no one thought the Panthers had a chance in the world, but they kept it close. They kept it close until the last like couple minutes until Mahomes, just did Mahomes things and won.
Had like a 30-yard
Um,
scramble to get them to field goal range too. Like,
I know, yeah, just stuff like that, like bullshit like that, where you feel like, man, like this guy's so beatable, but at the same time, like you didn't do it. So that's the thing. Like we don't have that. I don't think we have playmakers like that. We're not that caliber of team, and obviously like there were a lot of opportunities in this game to win or to
take
to pull
advantage of,
away,
yeah. We left points on the
but
board. We settled for a field goals. Missed one
yeah,
early
yeah,
on too. So
but but we didn't do it, and that's what it is. And then Jameis did Jameis things, and they pulled it off. So divisional games are always tough. Away divisional games are always tough.
I mean, we
I
saw
think
the
divisional.
Texans lose at home to the Titans too. Divisional games are rough, dude. I mean, Texans
Yeah,
aren't.
yeah,
I mean, the Texans aren't really getting the hype that we were getting going into this game. But the Texans are the Texans right now. I mean, they got to be seen as a top team in the AFC. They're leading the division. They lost to a division opponent that had 2 wins this week as well.
I think the Texans are also kind of like I think we're viewed in the same sort of tier, maybe above the Texans. Like the Texans have like they have a lot of problems on their offense.
Yeah.
We have a lot of problems in our offense, but like structurally, the Texans' offense and play calling puts them in a lot of bad spots. I think their average third down is like third and like 8 or something. Like that's their
Yes.
average third down across the
Yeah,
year.
they're probably passing a lot and they're not getting the completions, obviously.
They're just running. They're running a lot, and they're terrible at running the ball, and it's
Mm.
it's it's bad. It's real bad. So the Texans, they got a lot of problems, but obviously you expect CJ Stroud to be good. And it was their game, like they had a chance and they made a lot of mistakes too, right? Like CJ Stroud step out of bounds. He
Yarlovsky,
did
huh?
Urolobski.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, use that as cope, make you feel better about losing to the Brownies. And that was a quote though by Jameis. The Lord has blessed me to play in some snow. That was an
It was
all
like
timer.
it was like, what do you say? The horses are ready or something, but
Nah,
but
dude. When
only
he
the
when
Lord
he's dude
knows.
when he said that, I knew it was over for us, dude. I'll be real. I'm fucking around,
Yeah,
but I don't want to go too much into the Browns game just because we got another divisional game right now, our third divisional game in a row. Didn't get much help from the Chargers last night, which kind of just resets whatever happened against the Ravens now, irrelevant. Um,
yeah, it's we're I think we have like half a game on them, but
yeah,
still,
I think
it's not.
they play the Eagles and then they have their bye week. So I mean,
I,
Philly, don't fuck me over this time. Uh,
the Eagles are really good. The Eagles are crazy good. Their defense is crazy. So I hope if there's another defense that's like up to snuff, it's definitely the Eagles defense. They got a lot of talent at corner. They got a lot of talent up front. And obviously, Saquon is having literally an MVP caliber year at running back.
yeah, he's doing
Um,
what McCaffrey did last year, but there's no quarterbacks again that are really kind of stepping up for the MVP race.
yeah, no, yeah. I think the Eagles have a good chance at adding another L to the Ravens.
Um,
Um, Obviously, Quentin Johnston, we were definitely right about him. He's not good, no hands.
No, that pre-draft was crazy because I know we were looking at receivers. We are heavy on Addison, of course, in that 2023 draft, and Quentin Johnston was kind of
Yeah,
the most overrated, I'd say, out of all those receivers that went in the first round. I mean, you look at the Chargers; they passed on Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison. They literally went the next two picks after that. Um, but yeah, I mean, half a game up on the Ravens. It's like we didn't. It's like beating them to nothing now. Got the Bengals who just lost the Chargers the week before, and they're coming off a bye week. So, what do you expect going into Cincy? Joey Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins is not playing, right? Is he?
I think he is.
He is okay.
Yeah,
What's gone wrong for the Bengals? They just have no defense, right? And it's
the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals just have no defense at all. Like they get zero stops. Um, the trope is hyper efficient offense and terrible defense. Uh, like they lose games 35-33, stuff like that, or it's just like all these heartbreakers.
yeah,
And like, dude, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T Higgins, like all of those guys are good, man. All those guys are really, really good. Jamar Chase is amazing. He's had 2 games this year over 200 yards receiving.
yeah,
That's crazy. Joe Burrow, like obviously, is like really good. He's throwing it to Jamar, and he's super accurate. He's super great at like uh at sort of processing whatever's going on with the defense every single play.
yeah,
T. Higgins, huge body, obviously knows how to like muscle his way up for a catch. Yep, like one of the best wide receiver twos in the league. Probably gonna get paid. Probably gonna get paid like a wide receiver one pretty soon. But yeah, it's a crazy good offense. Chase Brown, their running back, he's been having a lot of um he's just been playing really well. He's
yeah.
getting a lot of like little catches and stuff. I know for fantasy, like he's been fantastic. Um, but yeah, it's the Bengals offense is great. The Bengals defense, it's one guy. It's Trey Hendrickson. I think he might lead the league in sacks right now, or he's
Holy
close. He's like
shit!
at 11.5 sacks. The Bengals have 19 sacks on the season, so he has 11.5. Every other Bengal has 8. Right. So I think he plays on the left side too. We're gonna have Dan Moore on that matchup. I think for the most part, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how much they move him around or if they have him like swing inside and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Uh, but yeah, Trey Hendrickson, he's obviously really good. But we should be able to put up points on this Bengals team. I don't know if it's gonna be like the Ravens where all of a sudden we're gonna start getting real physical
yeah.
um and kind of trying to outmuscle each other. I think the Bengals aren't really built to play like that, and they don't want to play like that.
Yeah, they're definitely more
Um,
finesse than the Ravens, I'd say. 1.2 when you were talking about right there. I want to talk about this. Are you worried about TJ Watt? I know this is bullshit. I didn't want to start that way, but after seeing basically him kind of go invisible against the Browns, you kind of like, all right, whatever. No, but in a sense that he's not having his best season so far as a pro, really, since his rookie. This is probably his worst season since his rookie year. Yet he's like leading in defensive player of the year odds, which is strange. And you brought up Trey
Yeah,
Hendrickson probably almost leading the league in sacks. What do you think's going on?
I think part of it's dude, they're just like chipping the crap out of him, man. Like, you know, they got tight ends like chipping him, and then, he's getting double teamed by the running back and the
Yeah,
tackle and stuff, and it's just like this happening over and over again for him, right? So he's not gonna have the counting stats. Like, is he gonna have like it's gonna be kind of like Garrett last year where, you know, we were basically saying like, dude, TJ has like every single counting stat, like he's a game wrecker, like all of these amazing things. He has all of these, he just has all these sacks and stuff. But they're gonna give it to Miles Garrett, and TJ Watt's beating him across every single like actual statistic that's not a PFF grade.
because you saw the
So
drama this week. You saw Miles Garrett kind of go at TJ Watt because obviously
yeah, and
TJ Watt deserved that defensive player of the year, right? I mean, why are
my
we looking at
dude,
double team rate? And I don't want
I
to
don't
use
know.
that for TJ Watt's defense right now too, right? Because I mean, let's be fair. TJ still has a forced fumbles. He sealed that
Yeah,
Giants game pretty much. I'm pretty sure he almost sealed the fucking Ravens game too.
yeah. No, there's been times where TJ Watt he finally gets a one on one, and he breaks the game. He does something incredible.
Oh, he took down Derrick
But
Henry too. Did we bring that up, dude? He got in the
yeah,
backfield, took Henry down.
he popped Derrick Henry, bro. Like he was a beast. He's a monster. So I don't again, it's like I don't know if TJ Watt is like having a super bad season, or if they're literally putting a huge focus on defending him, and that's why we're seeing guys like Herbig and Hightower or
Highsmith.
Highsmith. I'm
Yeah,
thinking like Game of Thrones,
yeah,
and the Highsmith, like, really having good games, and more than anything, we need those guys to like step up, right? It's got to be like
yeah.
it's got to be like when you're double teaming like the wide receiver one, like everyone else
You
needs to
need
eat.
the two, the three, the tight end to eat. Yeah,
Yeah, and if that's not happening, then obviously our defense isn't
yeah,
going anywhere. Especially, we don't really move TJ. We
yeah.
don't. We don't.
That's his
He
one
just
flaw.
lines up.
This is one flaw. He lined up on the left side. I think his rookie year didn't like it.
Yeah.
Switched hits. Him and Bud Dupree switched the year after, and that's when they really started taking off, which is interesting. Yeah.
So I don't know if like, do we need to unlock TJ to like, to get this defense to make more plays, or does that like compromise our defense, right? Like, oh, do we need to be doing like all of this, like all these like crazy blitzes and exotic blitzes,
Yeah.
where we like, do we need to do that? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. It's also really weird because it's like our defense is still good. Our defense has been good.
Yeah.
Our defense is only like
I mean, no
it's
one's. I mean, you saw the Chargers, who had a really good defense, give up 30 points last night for the first time this season. We haven't even done that yet. I think the Colts had the
yeah.
most points so far with 27. So, yeah, I
And
mean,
dude,
I'm not
if you
worried
look at
about
the
the. Go for it.
I was gonna say, if you look at the Chargers schedule, they haven't really played anybody either.
Yeah.
Until the Ravens, like you can't say like, oh wow, that's a really good team. Like that's why their points per game has been so low.
Yeah. I mean, one last thing. I'm not worried about the defense. I just think it's an interesting case right now that TJ's probably having his worst year. Yeah, I mean, we always pay attention to the betting odds. He's first right there for Defensive Player of the Year. And I mean, he could really steal this thing if he has another monster back half. I know he's always good against the division. Yeah, I mean the Browns kind of just fucking dude. I mean you saw the one clip, dude. They kind of just fucking put three on him and like the last plays when Jameis
Exactly.
scored that touchdown. um,
No, exactly. And that's part of like why we can generate pressure with just four.
yeah,
We don't have this is our lowest amount of sacks for our defense through, whatever amount of weeks since like 2016 or something. It was something like that, right? Like, so
yeah,
we're not getting those sacks, but we're really, really playing disciplined football everywhere, right? Like, we're not letting the quarterbacks kind of leak out and get, 5 yards. Like, right, Lamar and Jaden Daniels both weren't able to get anywhere. They were
yeah.
both none of them scrambled. Um, Jameis obviously scrambled, but yeah, that was like one time.
Yeah, I mean, it was
For
a
a
weird game
touchdown.
overall. Those Thursday games, divisional games. I mean, excuses. We should have won, but it's hard to
Um,
gauge. And honestly, I could have told you like a year before when the schedule came out. When I saw a Thursday nighter on the road, like, dude, that
we're
wasn't
gonna
gonna go our
lose,
way.
bro. One more thing about Miles Garrett, he's trying to act like this guy takes the high road. Like, didn't he smack Mason Rudolph with his own helmet and say that and lied about him saying a slur?
Dude,
Like,
it's been like if TJ Watt's not the villain in the AFC North, it's definitely Miles Garrett. I guess I don't know if you even want to call him the villain, but yeah, whatever.
Miles Garrett's he's trying to be a little snake, dude.
It's
I'm
fine.
not buying any of this
No,
like high
hell
road
no,
stuff.
hell no. I thought it was a definitely interesting. There's some drama, which is all right. It'll look good on the Hard Knocks coming out next week, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
fuck it. On
HBO telling
to
them to sell it.
onto the Bengals now. That was the last point on the Browns game. That was because that was that honestly though. I was really kind of um disappointed in TJ, not gonna lie, because normally it's like, all right, defense. Normally they seal it, dude. Normally TJ gets that strip sack, and you're kind of just waiting for that to happen. But yeah, I mean, getting Highsmith back this week should be huge. Herbig is really good too. I'm pretty sure he had a sack last week. But it'll be nice
Yeah.
to see Highsmith back, get that rotation in. And then also too, I mean, while we're I guess another point from the Browns game too. But I mean, kind of just like an overall on our offense too. How much balance do you want to see between the whole Fields and Russ thing? Because Fields,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, this is
I
a big point. But like honestly, like, what do you expect this to happen again for the Bengals? Let's just to get past the Browns. Like, are you still gonna see
I
Fields out there?
I think you know what? Like I don't like it. I think the offense or I think Arthur Smith definitely sees it as like definitely sees Fields as a weapon. Obviously he is a weapon, right? Like those RPOs that they can run with him, they can be big plays and one of them was I think Fields had like a 30-yard run.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it feels really gimmicky. Um
I mean,
so
that's what every injury's gonna say. It's
yeah.
gimmicky, and I don't like it. It's not really the way we've always played ball. I mean, Cordell Stewart aside, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like you have to use Fields though, especially when like middle of the third quarter, it just looked like the offense had nothing going for itself.
No, yeah, yeah. Well, if we look like that kind of dead, obviously you need to shake something up. You need to bring Fields in and really just let him kind of do something explosive. That we know he can do, right? If that's an RPO or if that's like uh something where he can just kind of get the defense a little rattled, right?
Yeah,
Keep them on their toes. I think it is really weird though. I don't know if it's like for me, the problem is I don't think quarterbacks really exist in a vacuum where you can just kind of slot them
yeah.
in and out,
Because
for whatever
I feel
play.
like there was one drive, and it might have been our touchdown drive or one of them, where it looked like Fields took half the snaps. Like he came in from like the 30 to the 40, or our 30 to their 40, and then Russ went in. Like shit like that. Like he had like what's it called? He got like two first downs, whatever is what I'm trying to say. And then Russ went in. So it's like, are they taking shifts or what the fuck? Because I thought the whole thing was we got to use them in the red zone because our red zone offense is
Yeah,
ass for us, but it looked good with Fields because Fields added that element of running, and it kind of opened up the RPOs, of course, too. We had more options in the red zone, and then I felt like Fields didn't even get in the red zone. So what
no,
the
yeah,
fuck?
that's also like, yeah, that's exactly like what's weird about it is you don't expect Fields to be in there between like, or you
At
don't expect Fields to
midfield,
get in there till the red zone,
yeah.
and then that's the only part they're bringing him in. So I don't really know like what kind of plans they have or but you would expect like okay if we're going to be running this kind of like weird two quarterback offense uh then Fields should probably be the red zone quarterback especially just cuz he has the legs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems gimmicky. I think they're still figuring it out. There's a lot of moving parts. I
Oh
think they
yeah.
had a wasted timeout because it takes a long time to get the plays in when you have to switch out quarterbacks, right? So it's a lot of moving parts. I don't know if I want it to get better, uh,
Yeah.
or if I want it to just stop. Um, but we'll see. I I think this is probably Arthur Smith's, maybe it might be his worst game,
That's what they're
honestly.
saying. This is his worst game as a play caller for the Steelers. I mean, yeah, I mean, if they were gonna test shit, do it against the Browns. Fuck it. It's a Thursday night. Historically, this is bad, bad scenario for us, bad situation. But I mean, hopefully it looks better if they're gonna keep doing it. Like you said too, I don't know if I want to keep seeing it because I mean there is potential there for sure. But I mean, I felt like Fields got more than like 8 snaps, which you definitely don't think, right? You think you bring him in on a third and goal or some shit, right? Or a
Yeah.
two-point
Yeah.
conversion type play. No, dude, I don't know. And then I think we're really bad on fourth down too. I feel like I noticed that.
Yeah. Well, we just don't have a running back that can get us a yard. Maybe
You saw
I
the Ravens executed so well last night. Derrick Henry on
yeah,
fourth
yeah.
and one, 4th and 2.
Derrick Henry obviously like a monster, but dude, there's a lot of like big-bodied guys out there like J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, all these
Yeah,
uh both of them can get you like a yard, and we don't have that. Like Najee, he can get stuff. Warren, he can get stuff. Patterson, dude, he's old, man. We need to bring in a new set of legs in the running back room. If we do that through the draft or free agency or whatever, um, definitely gonna be a hole because I don't think we re-sign Najee, and I don't want to re-sign Najee.
yeah. At this point, but yeah, I mean, so a couple things to keep an eye on for the offense going into the Bengals game. Really, is what we're kind of hinting at here.
And then
Um,
I
so
I think for the defense, against the Bengals, Burrow takes a lot of sacks. He's always taking a lot of sacks. He likes to hold on to the ball. So hopefully, maybe this might be like a TJ Watt game. I wouldn't be surprised if he
I
gets a
mean,
couple sacks just because TJ Watt, he's a high motor guy. He's gonna get to the quarterback on those longer plays.
yeah,
And Joe Burrow is not a Lamar. He's not a Jaden Daniels. He's not like quick and shifty. Um, you can get to Joe Burrow. Uh, yeah, you can get to Joe Burrow. It's definitely doable.
also, I think this is our first time seeing Burrow in 2 years, 2 calendar
Really?
years. We played them week one, remember, 2022. And then we had that second game probably in November at home. It's about to be December 1st on Sunday, I think, dude.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
remember, he missed the 2 games last year. It was Browning. So we haven't seen Burrow in close to 2 years, 2 calendar years. I think it is over 2 years now. Um, so we'll see how we fare. I know we did a really good job that week one game in Cincinnati. When they were heavy favorites, it was a crazy game, went to overtime. Kind of expect the same thing to happen here. It's just another classic AFC North matchup. Luckily, we've kind of been in these the last 2 weeks. Hopefully, the guys, took advantage of this mini bye week after the Thursday. And yeah, dude, I mean, I don't know if you're ready to get into score predictions or if you have any last points on this.
Um, I'm ready.
All right. So shit, I opened up the odds and didn't even fucking bother looking on the NFL page. But yeah, I mean, Steelers at Cincinnati, week, well, 12 or 13, dude. Is this 13? We're getting up there, man.
Yeah, this is 13.
Time's ticking. Week 13. Steelers at Cincy. We're looking at Bengals -3 with an over/under of 47.
Um,
Our money line
Mike
is plus
Tomlin
130. Okay.
Mike Tomlin as a dog against a divisional opponent. I'm feeling really good.
Yeah.
Um, what was the over under 37?
47.
47?
Wait, did I read that right? I read that right.
37 is
47.
pretty
40,
low. Wow.
47. Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
we had what,
That's
35
high for
last
us.
week? We had 35 last week on the Thursday nighter snow game.
Uh, I would say I would say, wow, 47. I think we cover. I want to say we win. I don't know if I'll ever predict a loss, honestly. Um,
That's your shtick, huh?
yeah, I think we win every game. Uh, 47. Okay, I'm gonna say Steelers 20, 27. Bengals. Oh man, probably like 24.
I was gonna say crazy. I had 26-24 in my mind, Steelers. But again, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that too. We're like right on the head there. um, yeah, again, this is another test. You want to see where your contenders. How are we gonna respond to that loss last week, right? I would
I
hate to
think
see a
I think we
skid because
can.
what's up?
I think we can keep up like offensively with Pickens and hopefully getting Mike Williams into the offense. I
Yeah,
don't know how long that's gonna take, but it should be soon.
yeah. Again, I mean, how are we gonna respond? I really thought. I mean, we saw us drop the Colts and Cowboys games back to back, and I honestly had the bar really low for that Raiders game after that. I even predicted we would lose on here. Um, Last year you saw the 3 game losing streak too. So at pretty much any loss is just kind of like a, come on guys, you can't let this keep rolling. I mean, we got to keep pace in the North too. We're up still by half a game. We have what 6 games left. And yeah, we're really in the hard part of our schedule, and we got to take advantage of these games. Well, Bengals have 4 wins, dude. The Browns had 2 wins. So yeah, man. I mean, bounce back game, right? That's really what it is. Uh, but yeah, that's really it for me today. How about you?
No, yeah, I think we need to be able to put this game away. We need to put the Bengals away. We need to bounce back, and I mean it's gonna be a long week for us, so that's good. So I think we should be able to do it. Bengals are terrible vibes. They brought the ping pong ball or
I
the ping
saw
pong tables out.
that.
So like they were grasping at straws as far as like locker room vibes. I've heard Zach Taylor is on the hot seat, which is good and bad because you know the Lions' offensive coordinator could end up with the Bengals if he gets fired, which would be a travesty for us.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll see. I think we win this game though. I think it's definitely there. The Bengals are coming off a bye too, so
Yeah, I mean,
but
and again,
I
too,
think we got it.
this would really bury the Bengals because they'll be at 10 losses, right, or 8 losses, and then I mean that
Yeah,
takes them out of the 10 win that Burrow
they'd
was
be done.
setting. Oh, you need 10 wins to get in. I think we can do it. Fuck off, buddy. You're done.
Yeah, I really want to put them away. Bengals fans are some of the most annoying, so we should just bury them.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, guys. That's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And yeah, peace out. Here we go, Steelers.